Hello, BookTube. Sorry about the glare. This is a bookshelf tour. I'm picking up where I left off. There's a window behind me, and it's providing the light I need, but it's making the charts up there glow a bit. I've got to find a place to put my glasses here. So we're going to continue on with the science fiction and fantasy. It's primarily fantasy. And these little sections of shelf are usually reserved for books I haven't read or I've only partially read. So let's just get right to it. So the first thing here is a set I think I picked up at a thrift shop. It may have been about a year ago. I have not read them yet, but I heard good things when I got them in the comment section. So they're on my list of upcoming reads. So the first one here is The Blade Itself, the First Law Trilogy, Book 1 by Joe Abercrombie. A nice big floppy thing here. And this came, well, who does this? This is Orbit. And this came out, page after page of blurb here before we ever even get to the publication. The Orbit edition is 2015 and was first published in 2006. Here's our author. Then next to it here I have First Law Trilogy Book 2, Before They Are Hanged. Same publisher. And then I have the third one here, First Law Trilogy, Book number 3, Last Argument of Kings. Again, Joe Abercrombie. So nice copies of these I picked up for a song, basically, and I have not had a chance to get to them. So I'm looking forward to it. This was a gift from Steve Donahue. This is The Priory of the Orange Tree. Lovely color and lovely artwork there, I think. Did they mention who did it? Cover illustration is Ivan Belikov. I have not read this either, so the theme continues. We're going to see that with most of these. Then I just picked up this weekend Glenn Cook's Chronicles of the Black Company. The Black Company, Shadows Linger in the White Rose in this omnibus edition from Tor. And then another one I picked up this weekend is Margaret Weiss and Robert Cram's The Storm Riders, a rousing new epic fantasy adventure. So we will see how that is. The next three I have read, and I've had these copies for a long time. This is Philip Pullman, The Golden Compass, which I enjoy. The Subtle Knife. And The Amber Spyglass. I'm really looking forward to this is all his Dark Materials series. So I'm really looking forward to when my kids pick these up and hopefully enjoy them. This next one also I have read. It's Naomi Novik, In His Majesty's Service, which contains His Majesty's Dragon, Throne of Jade, and Black Powder War. Really, really like these. Captain Will Lawrence is serving in the British Navy when his ship captures a French frigate harboring a most unusual cargo, an incalculably valuable dragon egg. When the egg hatches, Lawrence unexpectedly becomes the master of the young dragon, Temeraire, I've never been sure how to pronounce that, and finds himself on an extraordinary journey that will alter the course of his nation's history. Thrust into England's aerial corps, Lawrence and Temeraire, or however you say it, undergo rigorous training while staving off French forces intent on breaching British soil. So they remind me a lot of the nautical type fiction I read, and in a fantasy version. So I really enjoyed them, even if I can't pronounce their names properly. That's not unusual for me. And then the last two here I have not read, but also have picked up over the last few months, and that's Lioness, The first one is Soldrin's Garden, and the second one is The Green Pearl. Both are by Jack Vance. I plan on getting to these pretty soon. And I have had comments in the section below when I picked them up saying that folks enjoyed them. I could probably go on here. We've moved pretty good. This one here is In the Flesh, Tales of Terror by Clive Barker. I don't read a ton of horror, and I don't read a ton of Clive Barker, but I enjoyed this. Then we have one of these omnibus editions. This is Stephen King's Carrie, Salem's Lot, and The Shining. I really, really like Salem's Lot. Yeah, let me just leave it at that. I think it's one of the better novels if you want to get a feel for the New England I grew up in. Not that we had vampires, but. Then here's an old copy of the Tommyknockers. Steve looking pretty young there. When did this one come out? This is 1987, and it looks like a first edition. A first edition of Millions, right? Then we have Needful Things. The Last Castle Rock Story is what it says on it. An old hardcover here of Misery. I get a kick on how much he's changed over the years. When did this one come out? The Viking. And this one, 1987. And we got Just After Sunset. These are a collection of stories. Sort of a tough on the eyes cover there. The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. What I enjoyed, a shorter one of his. They got a picture of him in here now. Oh yeah, they've got him with his Red Sox shirt on. Then here's Blockade Billy, contains the chilling bonus story, Morality. Great cover there, huh? Little hardback thing. I can put these back up. I don't read Stephen King's works much anymore. I really did like Gunslinger and all that. I probably should get copies of those. Don't think it, well, I have one copy, but I used to have the set. This is Under the Dome. Bad time for the woodchuck at the beginning of the story on that one. Here's a paperback, one of these tall mass market paperbacks. Cell. Then here we have the collection Nightmares and Dreamscapes with a little sticker on it said featuring the short story The Night Flyer, a motion picture from New Line Cinema. You can sort of tell that's a sticker there, I would think. Pages are starting to get a little yellow on this. Yeah, this is quite a collection. I'm not going to read the whole list. Then here is The Dark Tower, The Gunslinger. I enjoyed this. I've enjoyed all the ones of these I've read. I think I may have read them all by now. So, good story. And here's a little serialization that he did that ended up being the Green Mile, and also a pretty good movie. So let's see, here we go. We have Green Mile #1, The Two Dead Girls. See that little teeny thin thing, and they're all numbered. Then you have #2, The Mouse on the Mile. #3, Coffee's Hands. #4, The Bad Death of Edouard Delacroix. Or Delacroix. And #5 is Night Journey. And number 6 is Coffee on the Mile. And then I'm going to wrap things up with Hearts in Atlantis. Again, a paperback. So I've got sort of an odd, random King collection. Like I say, I don't read them as much as I used to, but I do enjoy them. So that finishes off most of the fantasy and horror. We've got some... I might as well do these 3 because then I can do a couple that are all uniform. So these are these old L. Ron Hubbard Pulp Fiction editions, and I just have picked them up over the years here and there. There's tons of these, and you could just have a whole bookcase of them, which I'm not going to do. This is under the Die Hard brand. If I Were You. And Cargo of Coffins. These are short little things. They usually have the French flaps, deckled edges, and then they always have the this little card here where you can join the Golden Age Book Club. So L. Ron Hubbard stuff has quite the marketing arm. Let's put it that way. So next time, maybe we can settle in and, but we have to do a few, I would think to have to do a few videos once we get into the Star Trek here. So I hope everyone's having a good start to the week, and we will see you. Thank you, BookTube.